Bacary, thank you so much for coming on. I obviously met you, it was a couple of months ago in the Nera Members Club in
That's
Dubai.
right.
And it was special for me because I'm a big Arsenal fan, and my early 20s and late 20s were watching you play for our club, and you were incredible. So I was a bit starstruck meeting you, and then to be able to sit here and interview you is amazing. So thank you firstly, because you didn't have to say yes to this, and I know you've travelled. We both live in Dubai, but we're in London now, and I appreciate the effort. So thank you very much.
Anytime.
I always kind of don't share too much about the podcast before I told you about the charity and kind of, and what you wanted to donate to. But to give you some context of what this is about, what's in a name, I have a real estate business called Joseph Mews, and we named the company after the son of my chairman, who tragically passed away from a brain tumor at age 9. And so we wanted to pay legacy to his son, and we named the business after him. And so people often ask us about why is your company called this? And we tell the story. And so the idea of this podcast is to tell other people's stories and what's behind the name. And so today, obviously, the name is Bacary Sagna. And as I say, I'm very excited by this, so thank you again. Interesting question to start. Bacary, do you know who named you or where the name came from?
Well, first of all, it's nice to hear the story and the meaning behind this podcast. I think it's very dear to me to be able to give back, because this is what life is about. And regarding my name, it's a Senegalese name.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm from Senegal.
Yep.
Both of my parents are from Senegal, and I'm actually holding my grandfather's name on my mom's side. So
There you go.
It's a legacy that is passed on, and I try to represent as well as possible, because I think name is really important. That reflects most of the time the personality and the character of someone.
I
So
agree.
I'm trying to be myself.
100%. And do you have a close relationship, or did you have a close relationship with your grandfather?
I didn't meet him.
No.
I didn't meet him. No. He passed away before I was born, or at the age when I was born. So I was born and raised in Paris. Most of my family are still in Senegal, so I didn't get to meet them, but it's inside.
But you have his name, and it carries it on. I like it. So you were born in Paris.
Born and raised in Paris. Yes.
I read it was 14th of February. Romantic man, 14th of February.
I had to.
Valentine's.
It's a crazy day to be born.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, amazing. And so born in Paris, and then looking at your career, and obviously having seen it as a fan, but you started at Auxerre, no?
I started first of all in my hometown when I was 6.
Is that FC Sens? No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sens.
Yeah.
Which is between Auxerre and Paris.
Okay.
I was used to play against Auxerre. I was used to destroy them sometimes.
Really?
So I was a striker. I was smart.
You were a striker?
I was a striker.
No way.
I was smart because I understood it was not about me, but about the characteristic of the other players.
Yeah.
So I will always identify the slowest defender and try to run into his back. And it worked quite well. So when I was 13, I got scouted with Auxerre, and they invited me for 4 days. I didn't like it. I didn't like the environment, adversity of the kids, and I didn't feel well, and my dad also felt it, and he put, I think, a point of honor in me studying, and he was not happy about the teachers coming on site. He wanted me to study in a nice environment and to be able to mix with other kids and learn in a nice way. So I didn't join at first. I waited for 2 years until I joined the college.
So when you were 16?
I was 15.
15. So at 13, they wanted you to go. You said no, and then 15, you joined.
Yes, but it was a bit strange because at 13, this is when you develop the most individually. So I didn't get to develop as much as I should have. So 2 years later, they didn't send me to the main academy. I went to a school program. So I was going to school. I went to a normal school. So basically from 8 to 12, training from 12 to 1, back to school 1:30, 3:30, and training again 5:30, 7.
That's a big decision, isn't it, from your dad and you as well, to say, no, I'm going to do my education and I'm going to do a normal school and then I'm going to pursue football. That's a big decision.
For me, my dad wanted and wants the best for me. So for me,
100%.
I didn't discuss it. For me, he's seen more than I did. He had more experience, and he was my dad. He wanted me to feel good. And I think for me also, it's not about the sports only. Kids need to understand they need to study because only few of them make it. And
Yeah.
I didn't know if I was going to make it. So
Did you want to be? Was that it? Were you convinced you wanted to be a footballer?
I never thought about it, to be honest.
No.
I just took things as they came, and I was trying to give my best year after year. I was not looking forward too far. I was just trying to adapt to any level I was in, first of all, to try and become the best in the level I was in. And then eventually you get rewarded, and slowly I graduated without putting pressure on myself, without thinking too much. And if you put the work on, I think you get rewarded in anything you do. So
Really?
you have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to be honest with yourself, because you have to perform. It's about performing, and when you're on the bench, you have to shut it, basically. Because,
So did you not feel the pressure then, because you were just doing your best? Did you not feel that pressure to play for Arsenal, to play for these big clubs? Or was it something that you aspired to do, or you just thought, look?
No, you don't. You don't. Honestly, you don't think about it.
Really?
No, personally, I was more than okay. I had pressure the first year of the academy a bit, because this is when you leave your family, you leave everything behind. My mom, she used to drop me every Monday morning at 5:30. I used to take the bus for 1 hour, not talk to anyone in the bus, cry most of the time.
Yeah.
And then I had to spend the week. So your life changed suddenly. You don't have free time. You don't see your friends anymore. You don't see your family anymore. So you are like, it's a golden prison.
Yeah, I can imagine. And so Auxerre, you were there for how many years?
I signed professional 2003. I first started playing beginning of season 2005. I played 3 years as a confirmed professional, like starting 11 of the first team. And in 2006, 1 year before I joined Arsenal, basically, I played for the French national team under 21.
Yeah, I saw, yeah.
So I joined as soon as I started playing for the first team. 1 month later, I got called with the French national team. And we were qualifying for the European Cup 2006 in Portugal. During the World Cup in Germany, we went to Portugal to play the European Cup. And there you have all the scouts. So we played first game Portugal with Nani, Meireles, Quaresma. All these guys basically were in the youth team also. So, and we did very well. We lost in the semi-final. I think our semi-final was probably the final that should have happened against Holland.
Yeah.
But I did well, and this is probably when the clubs start following me. And for 1 year, so basically, first of all, I'm pleased to hear the story about your company, about why it's called the way it's called. And as a person, it's always nice to give back, because this is my duty as a player, but also as a role model for many kids. So I'm really pleased to hear the meaning of the podcast. And regarding my name, I'm holding my grandfather's name on my mom's side, and it's a legacy that is passed on, and it's in my blood. And obviously, I'm trying to represent as much and as well as possible.
Amazing. Well, yeah, again, thank you so much for coming down and taking the effort. As I was saying, we're both living in Dubai, but we're in London now. So it's been great to be able to join together and come down. To go back, you were born in Paris.
Yes, right.
14th of February, Valentine's Day. And going through your career, looking through the stats, you started at Auxerre, 87 caps. Does that sound about right?
Yes, right.
87. Do you know these numbers? I always find it interesting.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. I checked on Wikipedia. So.
Yeah, to make sure that they've got it right. And then, so we were saying before, so you think you got scouted at the Euro under 21 Euros to go from Auxerre to Arsenal?
Yes, that's right. I started basically when I was 6 in my hometown. I was used to play against Auxerre at the youth level, and then when you're about 13, you have to make maybe a training camp to represent the county. So I represented the county, and then Burgundy is formed with 4 counties.
Yeah. So
we made a tournament, and this is when you have scouts coming. So Auxerre scouts saw me, invited me for 4 days. I didn't like it. I didn't like the adversity and the environment. And I think my dad felt it. So, and regarding school, he was not happy, because, when you go in France, you have the bedrooms on the second floor. Everything happens in the academy. Right. So the teacher are moving and coming to us.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the setup, so he refused me to join. I only joined 2 years later, but I didn't develop as much as I should, because these kids are training twice a day. And in my hometown, I was training once a week on Wednesday. So I joined the football program. I went to a normal school, normal college for 3 years. I graduated also, which is really important because school is the most important ahead of football. It's not opposite because you never know if you're going to make it. So you still need a backup. And yeah, you need to adapt slowly, and it's not easy. Especially the first year was challenging for me. My mom, she used to drop me every morning, 5:30 a.m. on the car park of my hometown. I used to take the bus for 1 hour, not talk to anyone, cry sometimes, stay on my side, and spend the week. But it's very difficult because my school level dropped. I was really good and I became good. But for me, I'm a perfectionist, so it was a bit difficult to accept. Physically, it was also a load of charge that was totally different because when you train twice a day, it's quite challenging. We didn't get much sleep because regarding school, you still have to deliver the homework. So we used to sleep most of the time at 2:30 a.m. Wake up at 6. Yeah, it's it's a golden prison.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And so when you had those moments where you were, on the bus crying, and did you ever think, do you know what? I don't want to do this. It's not for me. Football isn't something I want to pursue. Did that thought ever come in your mind?
To be honest, I never thought leaving my family would be so difficult. And I think it should have been difficult for my parents because I have a 16-year-old kid today. I will struggle seeing like suffering and crying and living.
Yeah, of course.
Now, but at that time, I didn't realize because I was living it.
Mm-hmm.
But now I realize when my son was 15, 1 year ago, if he left, that would have hurt me. But my dad probably knew it was a period where I had to adapt.
Yeah.
And I adapted well.
And look at what you've achieved. Yeah. So, parents always know.
Yeah.
And so Auxerre was 87 caps. And then, so how did you then go from there to your next club was Arsenal, obviously. How did that happen?
So basically, I represented France under 21. As soon as I started playing regular for the first team in 2005, we were doing the qualification for the European Cup 2006 under 21. So in summer 2006, we played the European Cup in Portugal while you had the World Cup in Germany.
Yeah.
And this is when you have basically all the scouts from every single club. We played Portugal, first game, opening game against Nani, Quaresma, Raul Meireles, Gualmeida, name them. And we had an amazing tournament with France. We lost in a semi-final against Holland, Untola. But I think this is probably when Arsenal really decided to have a follow on me. Some other clubs, but I really found out about Arsenal maybe 1 year later.
1 year after that?
Yes. They came to the 38 games of season, the following season, yes.
What?
And they sent 7 different people to have a different feedback. Yeah.
Is that normal? That's what they do?
That's what they do, but I didn't find out until maybe 1 month before the end of season 2007.
Oh, you didn't even know they were there? Well,
I didn't know,
that's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah. I would have put pressure on myself,
yeah,
surely.
for sure.
But no, I didn't know.
And so how do you then find out? You had an agent, I guess?
So my agent called me in end of April. He told me, I got a call from Arsenal and they want you to join next season. I was like, what?
Wow.
Because Arsenal was the most followed English team followed in France because it was the franchise with Arsene Wenger and all the legacy.
Were you a fan of art? Did you like it?
I was. And also I was playing before that with Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi joined in December 2005, I think.
Yeah.
So it was quite familiar for me to join Arsenal in the natural way. Because
that must have been a crazy phone call. Hi, back.
I was excited, but I still had remaining games, so I was like, don't screw them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah. But no, I was pleased, and it was difficult for me to leave because the president didn't want me to leave. He used to come at my house at 9 p.m. and gave me the checkbook saying to me,
whatever you want.
Numbers. I was like, no, it's my life. It's my time to shine now.
Yeah.
It's like my way to live. And also, at the end of season, I joined the national team.
Okay. At the end, the season before you joined Arsenal?
Yes. It was my first call-up with France in summer.
Wow.
And the coach made me understand I needed to step up to leave Auxerre, basically. And to try to play at a higher level. It was the only way for me to remain in the team and to progress as a player. So
What a crazy
I
transition.
pushed for me to leave, yes.
And so, obviously, it was never in doubt. You get Arsenal come calling and you go, yeah, I'm in. I want to go. And your parents, how did they, leaving France and moving to London, how was that?
As long as it's not happening, you're always hoping it will happen because there's so much that happens behind the scene. First of all, they need to agree with the club, which was a bit difficult.
It's a real privilege to be able to sit opposite you. Obviously, I'm a big football fan, and not only that, a big Arsenal fan. So I watched you for many years in my early 20s, had season ticket holder at Arsenal, and you were Mr. Reliable. You're an incredible player, and it was amazing to have you in our team. So it's quite surreal for me to be able to sit across you and interview you. We obviously met a couple of months ago in Nira in Dubai, and had a good chat there, and then I pursued and tried to get your number, and then you very kindly have agreed to come down and meet me and do this for charity. So I really appreciate it, and you're an amazing player and an amazing guy as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we'll just keep going where we were going, right?
Yes.
So one thing I was going to ask, when Arsenal want to sign you, so obviously you said you've got to meet lots of different people. Did Arsene Wenger get involved at that point, or how does that work?
He didn't. The first one to get involved was Gilles Grimandi.
Yeah, Grimandi, yeah, centre back.
He was basically the Arsenal scout in France, the main one.
Okay.
He got in touch with my agent. He made the initial link between the club and my agent. And then, no, I didn't hear from them. They were talking to my agent. I trusted my agent, and he was keeping me updated. So at the end of season, I went on holiday, and it was back and forth with the club because they needed to agree on the fee. It was quite long. That specific year, my club, Auxerre, released 3 starting 11 players. Younes Kaboul, that went to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Benoît Chiraud, that went to Marseille. And another one that went to Lens, north of France. So to leave 4 players starting 11 in the same year was a bit challenging. So the only one that was remaining was me, basically. So the president was trying to convince me to stay, and he told me the only way I will let you go is if one of the top 4 teams of each major leagues. So I knew it was Arsenal. I said, okay, no problem. I agreed.
Yeah, deal.
Are you sure? And basically, one day in July, my agent called me and said, okay, you can go tomorrow. I was like, what do you mean? I said, okay, we find both clubs find an agreement. You can go tomorrow. You have the medical plan tomorrow at 1 p.m. I was like,
what?
Just like that. So I just packed 2 luggage and I just left.
And so when was that? What part of the year was that? Was that in the?
It was July 2007.
And then you go and join pre-season?
I went. So the first day was quite stressful because the medical is quite long. At least 5 hours. You go and you stay in the MRI scanning for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I've always wondered what a medical actually is. So it's quite a long thing.
It's a long process. Yes, they do blood tests. They scan the brain, the hips. Basically to see if everything is okay, the knees and the ankles. So just the MRI scan and to have the report takes 3 hours. And then blood test and then electrocardiogram to check the heart. Yeah. And then when this is done, you have to basically go to the stadium or to the site where you have to take pictures, and it's quite a long process and it's stressful because you never know. What about if I have a problem? What about if
you don't know about?
They see an hidden injury, but when they give you the green light, it's like...
How long does it take for them to give you the green light after you do the medical?
It took 5 years in total. 5 hours.
5 hours?
Yes.
But then they tell you straight away, pass or fail. Okay, so at least you don't have to wait a week or whatever. That would be scary. And then so you pass the medical, then you go, what was your first?
I went to the Emirates Stadium and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
First of all, the grass. I was amazed by the grass.
Yeah.
In England, you have amazing grass.
Yeah, and the Emirates at that time was the best. I mean, still is up there.
And the stadium is, imagine going from 20,000 fans to 60,000, 3 times the capacity. It was just a brand new stadium.
Yeah, it was brand new when you joined.
I was like, whoa. It was a big jump, but I was pleased because it was for me the right time to go. And also I was blessed because it was a French-speaking club. Yeah. So to adapt was way easier for me and faster. Because
And you had Abu Dhabi there.
Abu Dhabi, Mathieu Flamini, which I played with in the national team.
Yeah.
2021. Guy Clichy also, I was playing with him.
And obviously Arsene Wenger.
Gallas. All the players, all the French-speaking players, and also the English-speaking players were really nice to me.
Yeah.
They were young. We had a young team, so I was 24 and probably one of the eldest players in the team. So
wow,
that
I
helped.
suppose you were at that.
If I joined a team where everyone was confident, international would have been much more difficult.
Yeah. And so do you remember that first moment when you met all the squad? Were you nervous? Was it kind of, did you walk into the change room? Do you walk into the training ground? Did they introduce you? Do you have to sing a song?
I walked to London Colney, to Arsenal training ground.
Yeah.
And they were just about to start the season. And Adebayo came to see me because I used to play against him when he was in France. He was in Metz. And Kolo Touré, Eboué, they just gave me a big hug and they welcomed me perfectly. So I felt good. And also something really important to me, and someone that played a big part was Pat Rice.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a right back himself and he took me as a son directly.
All I've ever heard is such good things about Pat Rice. He seemed like a great guy.
Oh, honestly, he played a big part in me adapting to English football. Before every game, he was coming to me and trying to make me feel relaxed, making jokes, giving me advice, talking about the players I was going to play. And like, for example, I remember we played Aston Villa and I was going to play Ashley Young. He knew Ashley Young, obviously, so he came to me. Two people came to me. Lassana Jara, telling me, hey, be careful, this kid is good. So most of the time he goes to his left side.
Yeah.
And Pat Rice telling me to push him down the line. And that helped me a lot during the game, because if I didn't know the player, it would have been a bit tricky because you know the quality of Ashley Young.
Yeah.
So I did well. I think I made an assist even. And yeah, but he was vital for me to have someone like him, and I think it was a blessing also.
Amazing.
Because as a right back, as a role model, and someone identifying me to Arsenal, I think it was important.
You said earlier when you were FC Sens, your local club, you were playing striker.
Yes.
When did you start playing right back?
Quite late, to be honest, at 19, when I was playing for the reserve team.
No way, 19?
Yes. I was playing for the reserve team, and you know, in Auxerre we had a ton of professional players that was not starting with the first team. So the following day, half of them were coming down in the reserve. So that was pushing everyone down. So I was probably one of the two players remaining with the reserve team, and one of the game in the reserve team, we played against Boulogne.
Okay.
And the last 25 minutes, the left back got injured. So the right back went to the left side, and the coach asked me, I was playing on the right wing that game, and the coach asked me to play the last 25 minutes as a right back. So I did with love and passion, and for me it was a challenge because I didn't want to get dribble past easy, and the guy didn't pass once, actually. So the coach came to me at the end, and he was amazed, and he told me, wow, what was this? I told him, what? He told me, did you ever play right back? I said, no. And he was like, no way. Surely you played? I said, no, it's the first time.
So it was by chance that you ended up playing right back.
And he was like, what, how?
Yeah.
And I was like, coach, it's not football for me. It's pride.
Yeah.
I don't want everyone in the stand to make fun of me because I get dribble pass. So basically, I understood it was about the body language, about reading the body language of the player, about trying to feint and trying to force him and guide him where I wanted him to go.
Yeah.
And he didn't pass one, so I remained following 3 months at the right back. And my life changed because they started considering me as a main player. So at the end, towards the end of season, I started training with the first team, professional team. I was amateur, I just had a license. So any club could have walked in and just get me for £100.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's how it all happened. Someone gets injured, left back, then you're playing right back. And that's crazy, isn't it? How
it was my destiny.
It was, for sure. Yes. And you were a hell of a right back for us. Over 200 appearances for Arsenal. You were solid. I think you were probably the first name on the team sheet, really, for many years for us, I'd say, because you were Mr. Reliable. You were quality. You scored a couple of goals.
A few.
You scored against Spurs.
Yes.
And do you know who assisted that goal?
Mikel Arteta.
Mikel Arteta, which is funny,
Yeah.
yeah. And to talk about Mikel Arteta, so you played with him for
I played, I think, 3 years.
3 years with him.
3 years. I used to play against him when he was in Everton.
Oh, yeah.
I played with him 2 or 3 years with Arsenal. He was a captain also.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy, great personality, and I'm pleased to see him Arsenal coach today.
Did you think when you played with him, this guy's going to be a coach?
Yes.
You
yes.
did?
You could feel some of the players are just vocal, and it's in them. They love football. I used to go, and our family, my family and his family was closed. The kids was closed. And if you remember well, my last game in 2014, my son and his son went to the pitch.
Yeah, I
fighting
remember.
for the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
So we were quite close. I used to go to his house, watch the Clasico, Arsenal.
But
Real Madrid
against
Barca.
Yeah.
So the first thing he was doing was jumping on me. Today, I think they're going to play 3-5-2. And I was like,
yeah,
what are
okay.
you talking about? Let me come and enjoy Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah. And he's looking at
they're going to play 3-5-2. Oh, who do you think will play on the right flank? I was looking at the food on the table. I was not even focused.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when you knew this guy's going to be a manager. That's funny.
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wondered because he seemed like that kind of player and leader, right? When he was at Arsenal, he obviously captained us as well. But that goal, that assist, that was, I think, the game after one of the games when you came back from injury.
Exactly. Yes, I broke my leg twice. November 2021 against Spurs.
Yeah, against Spurs. Yeah.
And again, players stamped on my leg, and the problem is I had the plate. I didn't remove the plate because we had the Euro 2012. The coach was supposed to give the list maybe the following week. And one of the last action against Norwich, a player stamped on my leg, and he walked on the plate, basically. So it was a different break. The first one was
the bone
below the plate. For the second one, the plate put pressure on the bone at the edge, and it broke again. But it's fine. I mean...
How long were you out for at that stage?
Second time, 5 months. First time was a bit quicker. So they had to remove the first plate. I had to wait maybe 10 days before my leg stopped being swollen. And it was the second time a bit difficult because 3 days later, the coach, national team coach, announced the list. I was home, basically on the sofa with the boots. As long as the surgery is not happening, basically you can't move forward.
No.
And I had to be patient. I was a bit frustrated until the surgery happened. From the minute the surgery is gone, it's okay. You have to lie on the bed for 10 days. You can't stand, you can't do anything. And I decided to go to Aspeta in Qatar to get rehab because it was summertime, and for me to stay in London alone was not ideal. So all my rehab happened in Qatar for 3 weeks. I came back and I was still a bit in pain when I got back into training. You know, the body reacts differently. And when you pass a ball in one touch, you feel the resonance. When the weather changed, you felt pressure. And it was quite difficult to come back the second time. But you need to be patient, you need to work. And eventually I got back into the best.
Did you feel nervous coming back? As
No.
in, never nervous?
I never had any doubt in the fact that I could come back because I was surrounded with the best people. Arsenal reacted perfectly, and I was loved at the club. It was my family. So when you come to that environment, obviously things get smooth, and the physios were good. The club were good, patient with me. And then the coach gave me his trust back when I came back. So, no, I never felt any kind of pressure. I was disappointed with the French national team.
Yeah, I bet.
Not the French national team, with the press in France.
Right.
Because as soon as I got injured the second time, they withdrew me from the international level. They started talking and saying that I will never be back to the best. The negativity in France was a bit difficult to listen to, but I proved them wrong, so I'm good.
Absolutely. And for your Arsenal career, sort of summarising that, who was the best player you played with at Arsenal?
Technically, individually, I will say Robin Van Persie.
Yeah.
Because he has an inner skill and he's naturally gifted. You know, his first touch is one of the best I've seen in my
his
life.
left foot's unreal.
Very efficient. I was blessed enough and happy to play with influential players, and the other one, obviously, Cesc Fabregas. due to his age, first of all, and his personality.
Personality in what way? Was he was he a proper leader within the
He
changing
was
room?
natural leader, yes, and he had big personality. He was not scared to speak up.
No.
In big games, he was always shining.
Yeah.
And this is when you know players
When they perform in
are
the big
different.
moments.
When
Yeah.
you have to perform at such a young age, and you're showing up in big games.
Yeah.
This is what you require. It's good
Exactly.
to show up against a smaller team, but when it really matters, are you still going to be performing? And he was doing it. So
Exactly.
yes.
And you're still close with Fabregas, no?
When you see each other, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. And so, briefly, we spoke about this when we met. Arsenal 200 caps, and then Man City. How does it happen? How did that happen? What?
I'm gonna clear a few things
Yeah,
out
this
first
is what
of
I
all
know
with
you wanted to
Arsenal
clear.
because when I left, people called me a snake.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult to hear this because for 6 years I kept the same contract in Arsenal.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find any player that does it. But it was difficult for me emotionally to see and to read this, to see that I was a snake. I'm not a snake. I respected my contract. I never complained about anything. I played 6 years on the same contract, was happy and pleased. But I entered summer 2013 and I still haven't spoke to the club. So I was not very sure about my future. I didn't know what's going to happen 1 year before the end of my contract. 5 months later, I was free agent and I started and I initiated the discussion in, I think, end of September, beginning of October. So I was quite disappointed and hurt because to me,
Yeah.
it's my beloved club and my family. So my agent was in talk with Dick Lowe at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure he understood the importance of finding an agreement fast because it was very slow. And at some point, I just set up my mind on leaving because I was thinking all those years spent being patient for this offer, I was really disappointed. And from all the offer I received at the time, my own club was the worst.
Yeah.
And it hurt me. It hurt me.
Yeah, I
was
can
hurt
understand.
as a player, and this is
And you'd
probably
been so reliable for the club as well. You know,
I gave my life for the club.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I lost my brother. I was playing for the club 1 week later.
Yeah, Milan.
I was injured, half injured. I played. I was sick. I played. I remember the 4-4 against Liverpool.
Yeah.
I had 39 temperature. I played. I didn't play the best, but I played because for me it was my duty. I didn't do anything exceptional. But when you give so much and people call you a snake,
Hurts.
it hurts. And I was hurt as a player. And my dad came to London a few times with my brother and told me, why don't you try to find an agreement? I was like, my agent's talking to them and it's not moving forward. What do you want me to do? I give my life for this. So what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do more?
Yeah.
So I told him, if in the next following weeks they don't find an agreement, then I'll leave. And the agreement was not found. I decided to leave. I set up my mind on leaving because I'm too full as a person. If I want something, I really want something. But if it doesn't happen, it's not ego, but I can't reverse. And when I set up my mind on leaving, this is probably when they start opening doors, but it was too late, you know? So I left.
And you got to remember, you know, I think people forget this is your career, right? This is your livelihood, and you give everything. And it's like anyone in any job. If you're giving your passion, your 100% energy the whole time, and they don't reciprocate it by making you feel the same way, then
I understand now their point of view. I broke my leg twice. Maybe they wanted to come by 2012. So for a player that breaks his leg twice back to back, you never know how it's going to come back.
yeah.
So for them to wait and see how I'm going to react, I perfectly understood. But then I'm training every single day. I'm playing every single game. I'm playing quite well. That should have been the answer to the
You'd
question
think
mark.
so, yeah.
But it's football, it's life. I understand now. I didn't understand back then. I was much more younger. So, no, I think I had a nice spell in Arsenal. Of course, I was sad on leaving, but it was a new challenge for me to go somewhere else and challenge myself again. So I didn't really think. It happens very fast.
Yeah.
So I went to City. First year was difficult because I'm not sure the coach was aware I was coming.
Really?
The first time he
Who
spoke
was
to
it?
me,
No, Pellegrini, yeah.
First time he spoke, he really opened up to me was in March 2015. So 7 months after I joined. It's an international club because everyone is focused with family, with going international teams. Different mindset, different way of working, different city, different. Everything was so different. I struggled the first year, and I was playing against big players, Neymar, Hazard, Ribéry away. We had 40% possession, so we didn't really have the ball. But when the coach found me in March, he told me in Arsenal you were attacking more. And my answer was like, Coach, you play me against Bayern Munich in Bayern. Like, I have a Ribéry. We don't have the ball. You play me in Stamford Bridge against Hazard. We don't have the ball. You play me when we are 10 against 11 at the Etihad when I have Neymar and Messi. We don't have the ball. What do you expect? He told me, yeah, but still. I said, okay. So I started the season, the preseason, the following preseason, because also when I came the first year, it was after World Cup in Brazil. We went to the quarterfinals, so I came after everyone, 10 days later.
Yeah.
So I just picked up in the middle of nowhere. First weekend, I'm staying home. I'm not involved. Second weekend, I'm not involved also. Or I'm on the bench. I was like, I'm not used to this, you know? But it's fine.
Who was playing instead of you?
Zabaleta.
Zabaleta. Okay.
So Zabaleta was at the club for 8 years.
Yeah, he was, yeah. And so how long did you do it at City in the end?
3 years, but when I started the preseason during my second year, it was much more easier for me. We went to Australia. I started well. I could prepare myself well, which was different from my initial season. And then from that season, I became the most used player. I played the most. So, yeah, I proved everyone wrong.
You
and
did,
I started
and
playing.
your leg was fine as well.
Yeah, and then we went to Euro 2016 with France. We went to the final. I played the 7 games, but I was knackered. I was dead after the Euro, and I only had maybe 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks holiday, because we had the qualification game against Bucharest to play the Champions League with City. And when I came after 5 days, I was already playing against Arsenal in Sweden.
Yeah.
But I was not ready to play. And first game of season, obviously, I got injured. But when you get injured at 33, people start saying you're old.
Yeah.
So I didn't get any preseason time. I got injured. I never had any muscle injury before that. So I didn't go national team. The first time I missed national team for 1 month. And then when I get back, I start playing again. I play again. And before I went national team in October, I think, again, I didn't go because I went, But when you don't play the last game before joining national team, the first day, they just hammer you.
Yeah, I bet.
1-on-1, 2v2, box to box. I just played 60 games the previous season. I didn't have to do a mini preseason again. And the first day I was
ready,
tired. And the game was, the first game of qualification for World Cup 2018 was against Bulgaria. First sprint, I get injured. But the guy was running into the goal, so I didn't stop. And then I make penalty. They shoot, they scored 1-0 down. And I have a pride that I'm not coming out on this. I stayed on the pitch injured for 20 minutes. And
then it made it worse.
My last action with national team actually was my assist for Gamero. We scored 1-1. And then the coach took me out because I could not do anything. And from that season, I had 3 injuries that never made me come back because after that, the last months I didn't play. And then I enter my summertime being free agent, not having played for 1 month and a half. So clubs put a question mark on me, and I was supposed to go Leicester. Leicester came to me the last transfer window day, and they made me wait 8 hours on the sofa.
No way.
Yes. 8 hours, they made me wait. They called City for my medical report. They told me, come sign. But in the contract, they put too many clauses. I didn't like it. I was free agent, and I told them, why are you doing this? They told me, we can't give you this figure because you're going to reach Mahrez and Vardy's contract. And I was like, I'm free agent, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
But for 8 hours, they made me wait like a dog on the sofa.
And so did you say no?
I say no, obviously.
What a weird way. A couple more questions before we do the thing. So, firstly, you've played against Messi, Neymar. I mean, the best player you've ever played against, who is it?
Everyone will think Messi, but the one that gave me the most headache was Neymar. He's unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, he's always changing decision, pace, very skillful. You never know. The thing you have to do as a right back is to read the body language of the player you play against.
Yeah.
I played against most of them. They were quite easy to read. The only one I didn't know what was coming up was Neymar. Because he was always changing his body language, decision, and the situation was always changing. So
Yeah.
he's probably was the best player I've played against.
And the best player you've played with, well, at Arsenal you said Van Persie, and all together, who would you say?
I would say Kevin De Bruyne. Very smart on the ball. He respects the game and the action and the tempo every single time. Everything is spot on.
Yeah,
he will
he's
always take the
unbelievable.
right decision at the right time, and the ball he will give was always the perfect one. So yeah.
Amazing. What an amazing career. And look, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. There's so much more I would love to talk to you about. But to finish off, you know, as I said, this podcast is to raise awareness about people's stories, but also we always donate to a charity of your choice. And I asked you before and you said Football for Peace.
Football for Peace, yes, it's a way of using football, the power of football, to educate people most of the time against HIV and across the world. It's a way to bring awareness about everything, to educate the kids, to make them be on the right path, and also not only it's about being green also, because now there is a way of making dry land into a green side, turning the ground land into a green side. So it's a lot more behind it, but yes, Football for Peace is one I pick.
Amazing. Yeah, you've been an ambassador for them for a long time, I know, and we're going to donate on your behalf for them as well. So again, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.